8753 here. Sorry I haven't made a video in a while, but this one's going to be a short one, a little exposing. It's going to be just a quick little exposing. Alright. So I typed in some of the flaws with the Goku vs. Superman Death Battle 2. And see, I was a little emotional when I wrote this, but you know what? Every single thing I typed was right. Completely accurate with the comic books, unlike these losers here. But there was one guy in particular who disagreed with me, and unlike the others, he really got on my nerves. This guy replied, saying that I was an idiot and that my logic was bad. But his was some of the dumbest things ever. And look, in fact, look, this is the part when about Superman and the Hindu book. And for the record, guys, Superman actually failed to lift the Hindu book anyway. And look at this. A book that has infinite pages containing a finite number of books ever written is still infinitely heavy. You do realize how stupid that sounds, right? I actually copy and pasted what he just typed there. Like, the very word finite number means limited. You know that, right? It's infinite pages, yet it's also finite. No. Finite means limited. So those two cancel each other. You just contradicted yourself in your very first sentence. And in fact, let's say that Superman, even if Superman did lift the book, which for the record, guys, read the actual comic book, he did not lift the book. And he failed, by the way. Even if it was infinite, it wouldn't matter. Lifting strength does not equal punching power. It's a myth debunked years ago. See? And I've shown this before. There's extra statistics that go into punching that don't apply to lifting. Lifting is a basic pushing force and it's constant, while punching is a tapping force. It's about speed, momentum, inertia, all that. And not to mention it's a snapping motion. Like, a punch is a snapping motion. It's out and then back in. Pushing is just straightforward like this. So, let's go back. Guys, Superman also failed to lift the Spectre. He failed to do that. Superman, Spectre is made out of a consciousness that is eternity. That means to hold him, you need to hold said consciousness, which the comic says is heavy forever. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so first of all, rather Superman is holding a guy who's made of eternity, or a guy who's made of a consciousness that's made of eternity, that still adds up to the same thing. His body equal eternity. It adds up to the same thing. Also, eternity is a measurement of time. Eternity is a measurement of time, and time has no weight. Okay, time. How much does time weigh? 0. It has no mass. It's not a physical object. So multiply 0 times infinity. What do you get? 0. The 0 cancels out the infinity. So it's just 0. Time has no weight. You're lifting eternity is the equivalent of lifting nothing. My god. Guys, by that logic, I could lift eternity. Why not? In fact, I'm technically lifting eternity right now. Eternity is nothing, and I'm lifting nothing. So I'm technically lifting eternity right now. A miniature black hole is an infinite, I don't know, I can't pronounce that word, near infinity. Not quite infinity, but almost there. Highlight that. Not quite infinity, but almost there. You do know what infinity is, right? Infinity, by definition, means never ending, unlimited. There is no almost infinity. Either you're limited or you're not limited. And don't try to say, oh, what if it keeps what if new stuff is constantly being added, no limit, because that qualifies as infinite. There is no halfway between infinity and not infinity. Either you're limited or you're unlimited. There's no in between. Wow. Superman was not actually holding a black hole. He was holding a machine with a black hole in it, and a tiny percentage of the gravity was leaking out. The Atom specifically said, the character Atom specifically said that a tiny portion of gravity was leaking out. So basically, he was holding, like, the black hole was not at full power. The black hole was not at full power. He was only holding a fraction of its full power, of its full potential. Only a fraction of the gravity, which, by the way, it put incredible strain on him. I'll show you guys evidence at the end of the video. Now he's talking about the whole Superman surviving the whole 50 supernovas at once. Now he's saying that, like multiple supernovas exploding in your face, radiation wave, not magnetic per sec, it rips out and blasts you. You really think it makes a difference if it hits him or not, the full supernova? I don't think you read what I typed. Let's go here. The explosion, in the actual context of the comic book, the explosion did not touch him at all. He made no contact with the explosion. Let's look at it. In the actual context of the explosion of the comic, the explosion did not touch him at all, period. See right there, it even states that, see, look, he was saved by an electromagnetic wave. In fact, it states even here that if the supernova would actually touch him, he would have died instantly. Not, like, the explosion did not touch him at all. Not a hair on his head was touched by the supernova. He was completely unaffected by it because the magnetic wave saved him. Sorry if I repeat myself. I just really need to hammer it into these idiots. While I'm at it, I might as well debunk his other feats too. Look at this.
That's no right lie. He held a machine that had a mini black hole contained inside of it, and a little bit of gravity was coming out of that machine, and that little bit of gravity was putting massive strain on him as it is. So he never did hold a mini black hole. Number 3.
I'm only going to focus on the ones that I've talked about in this video because I don't want this. We only have 15 minutes to make this.
For multiple reasons. First off, they failed to lift the book in the
See,
end.
they failed.
Second off, the infinite pages is hyperbole, as there is a finite number of universes in DC at the time,
Let's go to the next
precise, and a finite number of books in any given universe. So all books in the multiverse is a finite number and would only make up a minuscule portion of the mass in a universe. Third, the book was already hovering in a blue sphere, meaning it was naturally not being affected.
Look, they did not actually lift it off the ground. It was already hovering midair.
It would fall through the planet and suck it and everything up like a supermassive black hole would. Fourth,
next.
Eternity. And therefore Superman can lift infinite weight.
Superman and Wonder Woman failed to lift him off the ground.
Eternity is a measure of time, not weight or mass. So it does not mean he has infinite weight inside of him by any means. And second off, Superman and Wonder Woman again fail to lift him off the ground. They only lift his cape, and he is not once seen leaving the ground. So either way you slice it, the feat proves next to nothing. Also, saying Superman can move...
This whole one says he's pretty much just bashing Goku and saying that Superman has achieved many larger feats and that he's so much stronger. Okay, one, I'll admit the guy has a lot of feats. But how much of those feats are actually going to translate into fighting ability? And I mean more than martial arts skill. I mean actual, anything related to combat. Anything that can affect the actual combat of a fight. Because there's limits. In fact, like, Superman has, like, he's destroyed moons before with his punch. He's moved faster than light. In travel speed, at least. But how much is that going to relate to the fight? In fact, he says that Goku has never done anything comparable to Superman. Around this. In fact, let's look at that for a second. Dragon Ball Super, Episode 12. Goku and Beerus end up punching each other. They make punches so hard that it warps the fabric of space-time. It shakes the universe. And in fact, there's a lot of people who try to debunk this feat, saying, "Oh, Beerus was the one shaking the universe, not Goku." No, no, no. Like Elder Kai, as you're about to see, he explains that both Goku and Beerus were shaking the universe. He exclusively says both gods were shaking the universe. It was just explained later that Beerus was the one doing most of the damage. So yes, Goku did play a part in shaking the universe. See, look right here. In fact, this is nothing but a perverted little joke here, so let me just skip it. In fact, here's something other. Press the wrong button there. Between those two. He said between those two. Between those two. As in, so both of them are doing the damage. Both of them. And, what else? In fact, later on, Goku was able to counteract Beerus. See? Not only did Goku partially shook the universe, but he was able to counteract Beerus, meaning that he can generate the same force as Beerus. Come on, I don't have much time left. I only have 15 minutes on this thing. Thanks. If you liked the video, put a like, put a subscribe, and see you guys next time on the next Fanboys Exposed.